Alright, we're back for the second round, and we have won the die roll, so I will elect to play first. Yeah, this hand looks phenomenal, so let's go ahead and keep it. I guess scrying doesn't really ramp us that well, but we have Blighted Woodland for that. And we have this Rattleclaw Mystic, so we'll go ahead and keep this hand. And now I'm going to have a decision on what I want to do here on this first turn. Well, first turn we're just playing the forest, but on turn 2 we can just cast the Rattleclaw or scrying into more Rattleclaw, and I think a lot of it's going to depend on what our opponent does. So we'll see. We'll see what they do. Old Tiger 26591. A lot of tigers. Ulong's pretty hungry. Some would say ceaselessly so. Alright, looks like our opponent's playing very slowly, maybe double queued or something, which is a marginal level tilt, minor level tilt. They're just hitting okay every once in a while. Oops. That is the best part of Magic Online, waiting on your opponent who is double queued or whatever. Ooh. We probably want to get multiple shrines. Like the first scrying probably gets a second shrine because of Ulamog. I want to be able to cast Ulamog early. Alright, Mountain and Swift Spear. This is going to be a theme. I have a feeling this is going to be a common theme. Alright, well, I've decided that I'm casting a Rattleclaw Mystic because if I draw Explosive Vegetation, I want to be able to cast it. So, we're on the old Rattle plan. And it's dead. Sanctum of Ugin. I wish I had a real ramp instead of this Sylvan Scrying. So get another shrine. Alright. Yeah, my odds of winning this game are pretty low. I need to draw like explosive veggies this turn, and then maybe like Ugin, something like that. Hedron Archive. Okay, that's actually a very good start. All right, Hedron Archive was a perfect draw there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We cannot cast an Ugin. Oh, Thunderbreak Regent. Wow. Okay. Drew Sylvan Scrying. Uh, just play Blighted Woodland. And pass. I think we can cast Ulamog next turn. But we may just be dead. Another Swift Spear. Like, there's a good chance we're just dead by next turn. Dash Zergo. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need to draw Ugin. Oh wait, I'm dead even if I draw Ugin because of about Zergo. Oh, that was lethal and I miscounted. Okay. Alright, so we got Brown in there pretty fast. Let's go ahead and side against Mono Red again. This is such a tilt. I mean, just every time you play on Magic Online, you're just gonna play Mono Red like 4 out of your 5 rounds. I mean, it's just stupid. Um, don't know about Whisperwoods or Oblivion Sowers. We definitely want Rupture. He didn't look like he was playing he was playing Thunderbreak Regent, so I don't actually know if I want Winds of Calcisma against him. Probably still do. Just Fog, I guess, is good enough. All right, again, Sylvan Scrying is probably bad. Um, cut some number of these Ulamogs. Ugin still probably our primary game plan. Dragon Lord Tarkas I think is good too. I don't I don't know if we want Whisperwood or we don't think we want Whisperwood or Oblivion Sower. I guess I'll cut one Hedron Archive again. Yeah, we'll keep one Ulamog. Alright, so ugh, this is really awkward. Rattleclaws and Ugin. Gotta keep it though. Alright, our opponent's mulligan, which is nice. Alright, so if we can keep one of these Rattleclaws face down, that would actually be fine. That survives our Ugin. Lightning Berserker. There's Rattleclaw. A roar with no reveal is perfectly fine by me. Based on the way our hand is. Sanctum of Ugin's a good one. I'm gonna play the Blighted Woodland though. And next turn I'd like to unmorph and use Blighted Woodland. That's basically like a rampant growth. Although unmorphing to use it is maybe bad. So maybe I just play another face down Rattleclaw next turn. And then turn after I can Woodland. Another Draconic Roar, so this is actually working out really well. I'm really happy with trading our turn. Um, I'm really happy with the trades here. I'd love to trade my turn for these, or his entire turn for these Rattleclaws because we have so many of them and they play so poorly with Ugin. Alright, here we're definitely not blocking. Our Rattleclaw's worth a lot more than this Lightning Berserker. Alright, I like that. That means it's not just a Zergo. Okay. Draw a Forest, which is nothing. Attacking just seems pointless, so we'll just pass the turn. And I think we can actually trade. Because if we woodland, we go up to 6 lands and 7, but we have the shrine, so we can actually cast Ugin. Arc Lightning 2 and 1. One Blighted Woodlands. Alright, Arc Lightning is not a very good card against me, so he has a lot of roars and Arc Lightnings. So maybe like I don't even want Rattleclaw Mystic against him. Alright, here comes Ugin. We'll sack the Sanctum and get just a hanger back actually. Here we'll -1. Alright, so outside of getting burned out, we're in pretty strong shape here with Ugin. Okay, and our opponent just conceded. So we won that game pretty easily. So now we have to decide. Uh, our opponent has so much removal that I think Rattle Claw is actually bad. And we also have Seismic Rupture, so let's get Rattle Claw out. Bring in that Hedron Archive again. We'll bring in. I don't want more than one Ulamog. I don't want Sower. Maybe I don't know. Maybe Oblivion Sower's fine. It's a 5/8. It's got a big body. But I think Whisperwood's better, so let's bring in Whisperwood, and we could either bring in one Sower or one Scrying. I'll just bring in the Sylvan Scrying. Yeah, I'll bring the Sylvan Scrying. Just give ourselves more things to do in the early turn, but I don't want to overload. I don't want to have Rattle Claws when he has. Okay. Well, this hand's pretty bad. Yeah, I actually feel like I can mulligan this hand. Okay, this hand is significantly better. Yeah. So we'll keep this one. Ooh, Seismic Rupture. I don't have a red source, so... But I can find a red source maybe, but I'm going to bottom it because I don't want to get stuck with that. And I want to get to Whisperwood because we actually have a pretty good hand here, so... And I drew... That might be a Moto bug. Sometimes Moto doesn't... I mean, I either drew like the second Seismic Rupture or Moto bugged out. Alright, here I can't block because he can just double pump, so... He gets to do a free point of damage. Or he's doing 3 to me. Okay. I like that. Oh, sweet. We actually drew the mountain. So, Seismic Rupture was a good one in that regard. I will play the Sanctum, gain a life. Let's hang out for 1. Hang it up for 1. And I'm willing to trade Hanger back for Lightning Berserker. Especially since we're planning on rupturing. Let's see what he plays. Touch of the Void. Ooh. Alright. That's one way to do it. Alright, so... Do I rupture this thing? I actually think I do, because it's going to deal me a lot of damage. And I might draw something, like explode vegetation or whatever. If he has, like... He could punish me with, like, Hordeling Outburst or whatever, but... Looks like he's punishing me with nothing. Oh, we drew another Jetty. Jet is. Well, we might actually win this match. I don't want to count my chickens before they're hatched, but we're doing pretty well. He has a lot of lands. Oh my, yeah, and he's Exquisite Fire crafting a Jetty. Oh yeah. What up? It's that Jetty life. Alright, Jetty it up. And old WD-40, Whisperwood Elemental. Alive and well. Let's see what we manifest a forest. This might be another Firecraft point at Whisperwood. Monstrous Whisper. Alright, you got me to bite. I'm gonna bite with the Manifest, force him to cast a spell here. Yeah, so. If I block with Whisperwood, he can kill my Whisperwood. You know, things like that. I'm just would rather keep the Whisperwood around. He has a Haven too. Jeez. Ooh, map the waste. Alright, let's go ahead and veggie up. Make sure to leave a forest untapped in case we manifest a Jatty, which is a thing that could happen. I'm gonna start getting in. I don't intend on blocking, and might as well start putting some pressure on him. And now he's forced to play a spell every single turn if he wants to attack through this forest. Uh-oh, what is this? Thunderbreak Regent? And he's on empty. Okay. Sylvan scrying. What can we scrying for? Alright, let's start with the map the wastes. I'm gonna attack with the Whisperwood Elemental. I'd like to trade with the Thunderbreak if he wants to. Um, which he does. Alright, so what do we get here? We have Sanctum of Ugin. So if we find a colorless spell, we're good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8. I could get Blighted Woodland. It seems like the best option, actually. And I can use Blighted Woodland to gain some more life with Jaddy. I guess he can just... Yeah, he can get back Thunderbreak. Yeah, I should have thought about that. That was actually probably a bad play. Hopefully I don't lose because of that. And we drew the Ulamog. 1, 2, 3, 8, 9. We're one short of Ulamog. I'm gonna go ahead and sack this thing now. While we definitely have Jaddy in play. Because he could kill our Jaddy offshoot or something. I don't want to risk that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so we can Ulamog next turn. Take care of that Thunderbreak Regent. Fiery Impulse. The Jaddy offshoot. You got it. He did his work though. We're at 26 life against Mono Red on turn 9. Let's say that was a successful endeavor. We drew another Sanctum of Ugin. Alright, we'll get our last 2 Hangerback Walkers. And our opponent's actually dead on board. This is 13. We have 2 hangers back, as they say. Alright, so we end up winning against Mono Red. It was just actual Mono Red with like dragons and stuff, not Atarka Red. But we are now 2-0 in the league with Green Red Eldrazi ramp, so make sure you stay tuned for the other 3 rounds and see if we can maybe pull off the 5-0.